with just a little foot warm up. So we're going to start with toe touching, ball, and heel, and then we'll do the other side, toe, ball, heel. I'll pick up the pace a bit. Toe, ball, heel, toe, ball, heel, toe, ball, heel, toe, ball, heel. Good. Standing with our feet long and wide, we're going to shift our weight towards our toes and then shift the weight back towards the heels. Finding center, we're going to come onto the inner parts of the feet, the outside of the feet, and then come back to center and just feel the four corners and how we're equally distributing our weight between them. And then we'll add this slight shift back towards the heels so that we are stacking hips above ankles and really getting those hip stabilizers fired up. We're going to drive one side of the pelvis down as we pick up the other foot. And down. And as we do this, you can do these at your own pace. So whatever speed feels right for you today. But really think about keeping the weight in the heel even as we're lifting. And that the energy is coming from this supporting leg to drive down as opposed to coming from the low back lifting. And I know I probably have said this before, I say it a lot, but this just helps, like with every step we take, we balance on one foot. So we're just getting these muscles really ready to help support us through walking. And it can help for a lot of people once they sort of find this support. It reduces aches and pains that they get while they walk. We'll do one more on this side. And then we'll switch to the other side. We'll shift our weight and push. The other thing that it sort of helps us work on is the idea of shifting weight on our feet while keeping that alignment, because most of us sort of adapt these little tips and tricks for our body to shift weight in a way that makes it easier for us. Our body's really good at finding ways to make things feel more accessible. But then sometimes that just means we reduce the load that our hip muscles are getting, and the load is what keeps the strength in them. So keep breathing as well as you're moving. We're going to do one more on this side. Good. And then we'll pick up our TheraBands and we're going to place them behind our ribs. And as always, you can sort of adjust the resistance that feels right today. And we'll start with palms facing up, and we're going to lunge one foot back behind us. And if you want, you can add a little pelvic tuck to get an opening through the front of the hip. And then we'll extend the arms forward, palms facing up. We'll open to a T. Shine the breastbone up. We'll come through neutral, arms forward, stepping in, elbows in. Good. Lunging back, arms forward, tucking the pelvis. T, shine the breastbone. Coming back forward and in. Good. Thinking about really straightening the arms. One of the tricks that our body likes to use is to create these like bends coming forward and up, and in some movement people call that leakage through the muscles, because it breaks the muscle chain. And that would be basically what muscle connects in to the next muscle. We'll flip the palms downward and continue on. And so when we find that leakage, it means the muscles aren't getting the same amount of load distributed across them. And so once we start to figure out how to connect them again, you'll notice that the strength starts to build in a different way. Open, forward, And in one more on each side. Lunging back, tuck the pelvis. Breastbone shines as we open. Coming forward and in. Good. Lunging back, tucking the pelvis. Open, lifting the chest. Coming through center. And in, shaking out the shoulders. We're going to step on the band. And you'll need to play with resistance on this one depending on the length of your band, but I recommend starting with your hands right at the end of your band. And then you can make it more resistant if you want. Elbows are in and bent. Weight is in, slightly towards the heels. We're going to keep the shoulders away from the ears, but we're going to float the elbows up. Just turn to the side. And then we'll open our arms to a T. Try and get those elbows straight. And then we'll come back into gunslinger. Good. Exhale, we'll float the elbows up. They're coming to like maybe chest height, not higher than shoulder. And then we'll open arms are in peripheral vision. Straighten that elbow. And down. Do one more. Bending the elbows. We'll lift the elbows up. Shoulder blades gliding down the back. Open to a T. And then this time, you can add a little chest lift if that feels good for you. And then coming back in. And we'll shake that out. We'll release the band. We'll put it to the side. And we're going to revisit our standing swan, where we have one foot in front of the other, heel to toe. Weight is equally distributed between the 2 feet, arms out to the side. We're going to scoop the arms down. Inhale, elbows come in, lift the breastbone. And then exhale, we'll come through center, arms come out to a T, shift the weight forward. Back foot is going to pick up. And we'll turn and we'll look over one shoulder. And we'll turn and we'll look over the other shoulder. Coming back through center, we'll bring that foot in, heel to toe. Find your equal weight between the 2 feet. Scooping the arms down, elbows in. Inhale, shine the breastbone to the sky. And then exhale, coming through center. We're going to open the arms, reach the fingertips wide so you feel a nice wide back. Shift the weight forward, back foot picks up. And we're going to try closing our eyes here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll open the eyes. We'll bring that foot in. Good job. We'll bring the arms down. Scooping the arms, lifting the breastbone. Inhale. We'll exhale, come through center. We'll open the arms wide. Feel the nice wide back. Shift the weight forward, picking that back foot up. We're going to start with 8 slow pulses. 8 and 7. Feel tall through the head. 6, lifting, foot reaching to the ground. 5, 6. Good, last one. And then we're going to do 8 little quick ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. We'll bring that foot down. And we're adding on one more thing today. So we're going to scoop down. We'll inhale as we lift the chest. We'll exhale as we come through center. Feel the back widen, fingertips reaching to the wall. Shift weight. Feel that foot rooting, growing tall, lengthening out through the head. And then we're going to hip hinge forward. And we'll hip hinge back up. We're going to do a total of 3. You can move at whatever speed allows you to keep your shape and your balance. And we'll do one more. You can touch your toe down in between if you want as well. And we'll come back up and we'll bring that foot forward and rest it in front. And you can shake that out. If you're like me and feeling a lot of that work in the hip, a lot of the good work in the hip. And we'll do the other side. Feel for your weight to be equally distributed, arms out. And we're going to scoop the arms down. Inhale, shine the breastbone. And we'll exhale down through center. We'll open the arms wide, shift the weight forward, picking up that back foot. We'll turn and look over one shoulder. We'll turn and look over the other shoulder. Coming through center, we'll place that foot down. Good. Scooping down. Take a big inhale as we shine the breastbone. And we'll exhale, come through center. Open the arms wide, shift the weight forward, growing long from head to toe. We're going to close our eyes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll open our eyes. Excellent. We'll bring that foot down. Everyone's balance is looking great today. We'll scoop down. Feet, weight is equally distributed between feet. Inhale up and exhale down through center. Shifting the weight, feeling nice and tall, nice wide back. We're going to pulse for slow pulses. You can add a slight hip hinge here as well for the low back if you want. Keep breathing. And we'll do 8 little quick ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. We'll bring that foot back. Find that equal weight. We'll scoop the arms down. We'll inhale, lift up. We'll exhale back down. Shifting the weight forward, picking up that back foot, and we're going to add our hip hinge. Doesn't matter how far you hip hinge. So just playing with the relationship of our body and gravity coming up, and also thinking about how the pelvis is gliding over the thigh bone. And up. One more time. Oops. Coming forward. And up. And we'll bring that leg in and shake that out. Well done, everyone. That looked great. We'll stand with our feet under our hips. Weight is just slightly into the heels, and we're just going to float the arms up into rib cage arms and open, and you can bend the knees as we open. We'll come up nice and straight. We're going to lift our heels as we float the arms up. Opening around, we'll bend the heels. One more time, floating up, lifting the heels. Circling around, we're going to bend our knees coming into a squat position, and then let the head and arms be heavy. And I'm just circling my arms here, and we're just going to breathe for a second. And then we'll come all the way back up. We're going to stack the head on top of the spine.